Go ahead and read.
And these are the generations of Isaac,
Uh-huh.
Abraham's son.
Go ahead.
Abraham begot Isaac.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian, of Padanaram,
Uh-huh.
the sister to Laban, the Syrian.
Go ahead.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him.
See, so she couldn't have children, just like Sarah couldn't have children until the Lord blessed her. But now we see Rebecca now, the Lord gave her, she can't have children. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Now she conceiving now. Now she conceiving. Go ahead and read.
And the children struggled together within her.
Now, well, you see that? The children struggled together within her. She had twins, didn't she? Go ahead.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Uh-huh.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Now stop right there. You see that? The Lord said this, didn't he? He said 2 nations are in it. Now people, you know, because I talked to brother, well, how can 2 different nations come out of one woman? I said, man, you ain't been reading. Go back to Genesis, the 10th chapter, and pick up Ham, and you'll see 4 nations came out of Ham and his wife. You got the Egyptians, you got the Canaanites, you got the Libyans, you got the Ethiopians. That's 4 different sons and 4 different nations, ain't it? Amen. So what's the big deal with the Lord having 2 nations coming out of the womb of a woman? What's the difference? Now I could go and show you some pictures of even today. You got black and white twins. Cause I could have shown you some pictures of some twins holding twins. They're little sisters. The white one holding the white one, the black one holding the black one. They sisters, and then they got 2 more twin sisters under them, black and white, from the same family. Now look, it wasn't that many people on the earth then during the Genesis, the 10th chapter. So it wouldn't be hard for the Lord to make a black and a white child. You understand what I'm saying? Look, it's billions and billions of people, 7.2 billion people on the planet now, and he's still doing it. Black and white twins. And I said that for a reason. Keep on reading.
Yes, sir. Back at the top, 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder, he gonna serve the younger. Go ahead and read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
So Esau is the oldest then, isn't he? But he said the elder was going to serve the younger though, didn't he? Yes. Keep that in mind. Now God is the one doing this now. Just like you had Ishmael, which was the older, and you had Isaac, which was the younger. The Lord made the what? The younger one the son of the promise. Just like he telling you now, the young one right here, the elder is going to serve the young one. Go ahead and read.
26.
And
after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Go ahead.
And his name was called Jacob.
Now, it didn't make no mention what color he was, did it? Well, we know that Jacob had the 12 tribes of Israel, and they were black. So you got one that came out red and hairy all over, and then you had the other one come out black. But that's no big deal, though, is it? Because the Lord is still doing this even today. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Go ahead.
And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob.
Now that's the Lord's favorite too, ain't it? Because he said, I love Jacob, but I hated Esau. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint.
Go ahead.
Therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called what?
Edom.
Edom, which are the Edomites. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
Now he was out, one day, and now you ain't catching nothing, now he about to die. But that's just like Israel, though, ain't it? His brother, just like him, ain't he? Greedy. But let me stop saying that. Go ahead and read it.
Yes, sir. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Go ahead.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Did everybody read that again? Read that one more time.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
And he sold his birthright to Jacob. Why ain't nobody reading this? Because they still saying today that Jacob stole Esau's blessing. He sold his birthright. Is everybody reading this? Are we all reading the same book? How could you steal something if it was sold to you?
That's right.
Verse 34.
Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils.
He kept his end of the bargain, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Jacob kept his end of the bargain. Esau don't want to keep it. We'll see later. Go ahead and read.
And he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Now what did the Lord have Moses to write? Esau despised his birthright. He sold it, didn't he? So I wish people would stop saying that Jacob stole Esau's blessing. But then too, the Lord said that the elder was going to serve the younger, didn't he? Well, this is how we're going to show you later how he worked it out. Let's go look at Esau's descendants real quick. Let's go to 36, Genesis 36. Genesis 36. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Genesis 36 and 1. 36 and 1. Everybody got it? Go ahead and read it.
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Who is Edom? Go ahead.
Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Wait a minute. He took his wife of the daughters of Canaan. Well, okay, we got, who are the Canaanites? Those are African people, aren't they? You mean Esau had an African woman? That's right. He had somebody else too. Go ahead and read.
Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan. Adah, the daughter of Elam, and the Hittite. And Haluabama, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebedion, the Hivite.
Go ahead. What that next verse say?
And Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter.
Stop right there. And Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter. So he had a Canaanite woman, which is an African, and he had Ishmael's daughter. You see this? Still keeping it in the family, ain't they? Because Ishmael is who? That's Esau's uncle. Esau and Jacob, that's their uncle, ain't it? Because their father was Isaac. And he keeping it in the family. Then he took an African woman and he took Ishmael's daughter. Which I'm just going to tell you, they was all black. But I'm going to leave it there. So now Esau had a daughter of Canaan and he had Ishmael's daughter too. Which was his uncle's daughter, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go now. Let's go skip down to verse 9. Skip down to verse 9.
And these are the generations of Isaac, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
I want y'all to see these names because we're going to run across them later. I'll just let you know these come out of Esau or Edom. Read that again, verse 9.
And these are the generations of Esau, the father of Edomites in Mount Seir.
In Mount Seir. Remember that name. Go ahead.
These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau. Ruel, the son of Beshemath, the wife of Esau.
Go ahead.
And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman.
Teman, remember that name. Teman. Go ahead.
Omar, Zepho, and Gatam. And Kenaz.
See, we got to read these names because we got to get, we got to practice here. We got to keep reading these names. But anyway, so now we got Esau, which is Edomites, and we got the Mount Seir, and we got Teman, don't we? Because I want y'all to keep those names in mind. Let's go back to 1 Chronicles, the 2nd chapter. 1 Chronicles, the 2nd chapter. Now we're going to pick up Israel, or Jacob's seed. We're going to pick up his sons. 1 Chronicles 2 and 1. 1 Chronicles 2 and 1. Go ahead and read.
These are the sons of Israel.
Who is Israel? That's Jacob, ain't it? Go ahead and read.
These are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, and Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The sons of Judah.
Now stop right there. So how many sons we got? 12. We got 12 sons, right? He said the sons of Judah. Go ahead. Look at Judah. Go ahead.
Er and Onan. And Shelah. Which three were born unto him of the daughter of Shua. The Canaanitess.
Oh, so Judah had a Canaanite wife. An African woman. An African woman. Why? Because all these people was black. All these people were black. But you see his 12 sons. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Reuben, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Gad, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. 12 sons. The 12 tribes of Israel. And he said Judah, he married a Canaanite woman. Just like Esau, he married a Canaanite woman, didn't he? And an Ishmaelite woman. Let's go now. Let's go to Isaiah, the 44th chapter, because it's something distinctly different between Esau and Jacob. Isaiah 44. Isaiah 44, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 44 and 1. We're going to even show you who these people are today. Isaiah 44 and 1, and where they are too. Isaiah 44 and 1. Go ahead and read it.
Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Oh, so that's the distinct difference between Esau and Jacob? Israel is chosen. Esau is not the chosen one. Israel is the chosen one. Just like who? Their father Isaac. Their father Jacob. And then their father Isaac. This is the chosen seed that he told Abraham, through thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. And then you got to get down to who? Jesus. But you had to come through who first? Isaac, Jacob, and then who? Israel. Go ahead and read verse 2.
Thus said the Lord, that made thee, and formed thee from the womb.
Go ahead.
Which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant. And thou, Jezreel, who I have chosen.
See how he used the names interchangeably? Yeah. Just like you hear soul and body. The Lord used them interchangeably. Why he does that? When you see him, ask him. Okay. He just told, he gave you 3 names right here. Well, he gave you 4. Jacob, because that's what we're supposed to really be called, Jacobites. Then he gave you Israel, didn't he? Say, my chosen. Then he turned around and gave you Jeshurun, didn't he? 3 names you see right here. He used them all interchangeably, though, isn't he? So we know that Israel is his chosen now, don't we? Jacob is his chosen. Let's go now. That's the difference between Esau and Jacob. Let's go now Let's go to, let me show you how much he chose them. Romans, the 9th chapter. Romans 9. Let me show you just how much he chose them. So Isaac, you can't get, Ishmael can't get mad at Isaac, right? The Ishmaelites, y'all can't get mad at Isaac. Y'all can't get mad at Israel. Because the Lord is the one who did the choosing. We're going to Romans, the 9th chapter. Esau, you can't get mad at Israel. The Lord is the one who chose them. Romans 9 and 3. Romans 9 and 3. Go ahead and read it.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
According to the flesh, who are they?
Who are Israelites.
Stop right there. Because you know you got people saying that Paul is a Gentile. Well, what did he just say right there? Somebody ain't reading, man. I mean, guy even wrote a book called The Case for Christ. You understand? In this book, he got a bunch of college professors together, and they writing all this. This book is talking about that Paul was a Gentile. I'm like, somebody, how are you a professor and you can't read this? He said, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brother's sake, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Go ahead and read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
Look how much to whom pertaineth the adoption? I mean, you know, God adopted Israel.
Teach.
Because when you adopt somebody, you give your last name, don't you? So what's our last name supposed to be? Israel. Go ahead and read. That's why when you read the Bible, you don't see Jeremiah got a last name, Isaiah. He ain't got no last name. Jesus, he don't have no last name. Why? Because all their last name was Israel. Go ahead and read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory,
go ahead,
and the glory and the covenants, and the giving of the law,
and the giving of the law, go ahead,
and the service of God, and the promises.
And the promises. Look, God gave them everything. He gave them the whole kit and caboodle, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the law, the service of God, and the promises. Gave them everything. This is how much he chose them. Out of all the families of the earth, he chose Israel and gave them everything. Well, we all know that they blew it though, right? What verse we at? Go ahead and read.
5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
Oh, Christ came through Israel?
Yes, sir.
Because he told you through this seed, through Abraham's seed, all the nations of the earth going to be blessed. And this is that seed, Christ. But you had to go through Isaac, Jacob, then who? Israel. Go ahead and finish that.
Who is over all, God bless forever, amen.
Now, no, we're going to keep reading. Keep reading.
Not as though the word of God had taken none effect. For they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Talking about, you know, because you got to be spiritual Israelite. Because you understand, he is a Jew which is one inwardly. So all the Israelites talking about they Israel ain't Israel. You understand? If you ain't working it spiritually, you Israel in the flesh, yeah. But spiritually, that's what you got to become. An Israelite spiritually, too.
Teach.
He is a Jew which one inwardly. Go ahead and read.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Go ahead.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God.
Go ahead.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Now the children of the flesh is who? Ishmael's seed. And who are the children of the promise? Isaac's seed. Go ahead and read.
For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
Go ahead.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
And she conceived, Sarah conceived who? Isaac. and Ishmael, right? But we're looking at the son of the promise, which is Isaac. And then Rebekah, she had who? Jacob and Esau, or Esau and Jacob. Go ahead and read.
11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil,
go ahead,
that the purpose of God according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that called.
But of him that called. Go ahead.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Did we read that earlier? That the elder was going to serve the younger? Esau, you going to serve Jacob. Go ahead and read. Now you can't, don't get mad at us.
Okay.
Get mad at, you can't get mad at them neither. Who wrote this? You got to get mad at God. But then you get mad at him, he might do something to you. So you might want to accept it and keep on stepping. Because God is the one who done this. Go ahead and read.
13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Ooh, did we read that earlier?
Yes, we did.
We didn't call this, did we? No. We can't tell God who to love and who to hate. Go ahead and read.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
See, ain't no unrighteousness with God. Right. So you can't get mad at us because we say we the Israelites and y'all not. You know, because they over there fighting over the land and stuff. Ishmael and Edom over there fighting over the land. It ain't neither one of y'all's. The Lord gonna give it to who it belongs to. Verse 15.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
See, the God, he the one gonna have mercy on whom he gonna have mercy and compassion. And he chose who? Isaac over Ishmael, and he chose Jacob over Esau.
It's written.
He done this. So don't get mad at us. Because we know who we are, and we read you the book, got history, DNA, pictures, whatever you need.
Okay.
Let's go now. Let's go to Genesis the 27th chapter. Genesis 27. I should have told y'all we're gonna be in and out of Genesis. Genesis 27. Now let's look at what happened with Jacob and Esau. Genesis 27. We already know he sold his blessing, don't we?
Yes.
Genesis 27 and 1. Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, so as I love, such as I love, and bring it unto me, that I may eat, and my soul may bless thee before I die.
Now he said that my soul may bless thee before I die. So now he intended on blessing who? The oldest son, which is Esau. Just like Abraham said, older than Ishmael shall stand before you, God. But the Lord said, Isaac is the one that's going to be the son of the promise. Right? And then we read earlier in Genesis 25th chapter that the elder was going to serve the younger, didn't we? So now Isaac intended on blessing who? The eldest one, which is Esau. But God had a ram in the bush.
Yes, he did.
He finna make this thing right. Because God's word ain't going to fail, is it?
No, sir.
Whatever he set out for it to do, it's going to accomplish that.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Verse 5, go ahead.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speaking to Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat. And
now stop right there. So now, so what Rebekah gonna do is she gonna dress Jacob, the youngest son, up like the oldest son. Because Esau was a man of the field. Right? So he smelled like the field. So now, so the mama said, okay, well then, Jacob the one gonna get the blessing. So he, come here, Jacob. You understand? Come on, put these clothes on and everything. It'll make you, put some little fur on you. Gonna make you like Esau. Yes. And Jacob like, mama, you know God gonna. She's like, let it be upon me. Whatever God does, let it be upon me. So Jacob took the meat in, or the venison in, the deer in to his father, and his father ate the venison and blessed him.
Yes, he did.
You understand? Because the elder gonna serve the younger. Yes. And this is how God played it out.
Yes, he did.
Skip down to verse 30 now. Skip down to verse 30. Let's get to it. Go ahead and read.
30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
So Isaac blessed who? Jacob instead of the one he wanted to bless, which was Esau. Because the mama dressed Jacob up and everything, go ahead on out there and take him that venison, and he gonna bless you instead of Esau. Verse 31, go ahead. And here come Esau now, go ahead.
And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me.
Now here comes Esau. Now he brought Isaac already done ate the venison and blessed already.
Yeah.
But here come Esau, Johnny come lately. You understand? Now he bringing in some more venison, talking about, come on eat, daddy, so you can bless me. But what he say?
And Isaac's father said unto him, who art thou?
You said, who are you, man? Go ahead and read.
And he said, I am thy son, the firstborn Esau.
He said, I'm your son, your firstborn Esau. Go ahead and read. What he say?
And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, who?
He said, he's trembling. Oh, man, what have I done? Who? Let me make sure. Who? Go ahead and read.
Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest.
Go ahead.
And have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed.
That's it, bro. That's it. It's done. He said, who was it? Who was that that came and brought venison before me, and I blessed him? Yea, and he shall be blessed. He blessed. It's over with. Go ahead and read.
Must have been good.
Yes, sir. But he said he ate all of it, didn't he? Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
You can cry all you want to, even today, Esau, but it still don't make no difference, because the Lord blessed Jacob, which had the 12 tribes of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Go ahead and read.
And said unto his father, bless me, even me also, my father.
Go ahead.
And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing.
But hold it now, he didn't take away his blessing, did he? No. He sold him the birthright. With the birthright come the blessing, don't it? Yes. Mean you, the oldest, supposed to get a double portion of the inheritance. Okay. So he gave his birthright up, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He sold it. But the father didn't know this. But God did, though, didn't he? Say he despised his birthright, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Lord said, okay, I'm going to fix you. You going to despise your birthright? I'm going to fix you. Go ahead and read.
36. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob?
Now, this is what Esau saying now. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? This is what Esau said it now. Go ahead and read.
For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright.
Stop right there.
Right.
He took away my, you see how he lying right here?
Yes, he did.
And then the lie still going on today, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
The lie started with him, though, didn't it?
Yes,
And men are still lying, saying that Jacob stole Esau's blessing when Esau sold it to him, didn't he? Now you're going to turn around and lie. Go ahead and read. And then other men is saying this, they lying too, aren't they? Go ahead and read, though. Read that over.
36.
Uh-huh.
And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob?
Go ahead.
For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing.
Don't the blessing come with the birthright? Go ahead and read.
And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
Uh-huh.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and
Uh-huh.
all his brethren have I given to him, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
Now, didn't the Lord say the elder gonna serve the younger? Yes. And now he said, Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. Go ahead and read.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
Go ahead.
And what shall I do now unto thee, my
He
son?
said, what you want? What can I do for you now, my son? Because the blessing is gone out already. Go ahead and read.
And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Uh-huh.
Bless me, even me also, O my father.
Go ahead.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Go ahead.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and of the dew of heaven from above.
And he still got it today, too. Because fatness of the earth, we talking about the wealth of the earth, right? Go ahead.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
He said, and by your sword, you gonna live, Esau. You notice how he is, what do you call, I don't want to be too, I don't want to talk about him too much. But notice how he's a barbarian over there, though.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? You got the Arabs, they throwing rocks, but then Esau, he throwing lead. Make the fight fair. You understand? He shooting lead, they throwing rocks. So who gonna win? The ones that's throwing the lead. But this guy's a barbarian though, but go ahead.
Yes, sir. And by
He said you gonna live by the sword, and ain't that what he doing today? He living by the sword. I mean, he gonna be fighting all the time. Go ahead, he fighting with his uncle, which are the Ishmaelites. Go ahead and read though.
And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Go ahead.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Now you see that Esau hated Jacob, and I'm going to show you how long he hated Jacob too. This hate is still going on. Go ahead and read.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Uh-huh.
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Ooh, you see how much he hated him? He said, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob. But he said, you're going to live by the force of the sword, and the elder gonna serve your brethren. And you're going to live by the force of the sword, didn't he? Let's go now. Let's go to 2 Samuel, the 8th chapter. 2 Samuel, the 8th chapter. Because the Lord's word is true. 2 Samuel 8, and we're going to pick it up in verse 13. 2 Samuel 8 and 13. He said, you're going to serve your brother. Which is who? Israel, right? Yeah. 2 Samuel 8 and 13. Go ahead and read that.
And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of
Stop
Salt.
right there. You see that word gat? Ain't that what we say? Gat.
Yeah.
The word is supposed to be G-O-T, but what we say, gat. You know, man, he got that. You know, we say gat, don't we? Just like the Israelites right here. We go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men.
Go ahead.
And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons, and all they of Edom became David's servants.
And all they of Edom became what? David's servant. Was in David Israel?
Yes, sir.
From the tribe, or didn't he come out of Jacob?
Indeed.
Because the elder, you're going to serve your brother. Esau, you're going to serve your brother. And then you're going to break the yoke off of your neck of him. But go ahead and read though. So now we got Edom serving his brother, don't we? Yeah. Go ahead.
And
what verse you at?
the middle of 14.
Go ahead.
And all they of Edom became David's servant, and the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people.
Now he also told Esau, "You gonna break the yoke off of your neck of your brother Israel," didn't he? Let's go now. Let's go to 2 Chronicles, the 21st chapter. 2 Chronicles, the 21st chapter. And we're going to pick it up at verse 5. 2 Chronicles 21 and 5. Because the Lord's word is true. Blessed him and then told him that you're going to serve your brother though, but you're going to break the yoke off of your neck of him, of Israel. We had 2 Chronicles 21 and 5. Go ahead and read it.
Jehoram was 30 and 2 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, like as did the house of Ahab. For he had the daughter of Ahab to wife. And he wrought that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord. Howbeit the Lord would not destroy the house of David because of the covenant that he had made with David, and as he promised to give a light to him and to his sons forever.
Go ahead.
In his days the Edomites revolted from under the dominion of Judah.
Oh, wait a minute now. You see that? He broke the yoke off of his neck of Israel, didn't he? He said in his days, the Edomites revolt from under the dominion of Judah. Go ahead and read.
And made themselves a king. Then Jehoram went forth with his princes.
Go ahead.
And all his chariots with him. And he rose up by night and smote the Edomites which compassed him in. And the captains of the chariots.
Go ahead.
So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day.
Woo! You see that? Just like Isaac told him, didn't he? Just like Isaac told him. You gonna serve Esau, you gonna serve Jacob, then you gonna live by the force of the sword, but then you gonna break the yoke off of your neck of your brother Jacob. And now we got him serving Israel under David and breaking the yoke off of his neck under David, right? Now, because the Lord's word is true, ain't it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But then he said Esau hated Jacob, didn't he? Let's see how long he hated him. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. Because we know that this book is true. Look how all this prophecy that we read that is lining up. It is lining up, ain't it? Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. Ezekiel 35, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Let's see how long he going to hate him. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Go ahead and read it.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
Go ahead.
And say unto it, Thus said the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir.
Now who is Mount Seir? Remember I told you to read it earlier? Remember this. Mount Seir, that's the son of Edom, ain't it?
Indeed.
Or Esau. Go ahead and read.
I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Ooh, wait a minute. He said, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. This Esau, because he said, Esau said, I hate Jacob, didn't he? And I'm going to kill him, didn't he? And this is how long his hatred has been for his brother Israel. A perpetual hatred. Even today. A perpetual hatred. Look how they use Israel in the music industry. They've been doing it for years. Look who brought us over here who had the slave ships. Look who had the slave ships. A perpetual hatred. They've been using us ever since, haven't they? Every chance they get, they use us. Read that verse 5 again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Didn't Isaac say that Esau, you're going to live by the sword? He said, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, his brother, by the force of the sword. Go ahead.
In the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Now we're going to show you when their iniquity had an end, in the time of their calamity. But you see, he had a perpetual hatred for his brother, and came against him with the force of the sword. And been doing it for years. Oh, you think brought us over here on the slave ships? Esau. Let's go now. The ones that call themselves Jews, and we're gonna get to that too. Let's go now. Let's go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Look at what he said back here in Psalms, right here. It's been a perpetual hatred. Psalms 83. Psalms 83, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 83 and 1. 83 and 1. Go ahead and read that.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O God.
Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
See, these people hate the Lord. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Now who are the hidden ones? The children of Israel. So here we are right before everybody's eyes, and we still hid, aren't we? Even got a people calling themselves us. And the whole world believe that they are us. But go ahead and read though.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
Go ahead. They said they're going to cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel would be no more in remembrance. See, we're going to do away with you people. Go ahead and read.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederated against thee.
Go ahead. Who are they?
The tabernacles of Edom.
Oh, the first one on the list. Your twin brother, Edom. Who else?
And the Ishmaelites.
Oh, and your uncle, the second one on the list. You understand? The ones that's over there fighting now over that land. But go ahead and read.
And the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarians.
Now let me just show you something right here real quick. Let me just show you something right here real quick. We're going to read the word Hebrew. Read that, what's underlined in red.
Yes, Hebrews. This is Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. It says designation for Abraham and descendants.
Well, designated for Abraham and his descendants. Well, wait a minute. Ishmael, ain't he one of the sons of Abraham? Isaac, he one of the sons of Abraham, ain't he? And then you got the Ishmaelites, and then you got the Edomites, right? And you got the Israelites, don't you? All of these are Hebrews. You understand what I'm saying? These are all Hebrew. These are all Semitic. But they're not all Israel, though. They all Semitic. They all Hebrew. So Isaac, Hebrew. Ishmael, Hebrew. Edom, Hebrew. Israel, Hebrew. And they all fighting against each other. Read some more.
Hebrews. Designation for Abraham and descendants.
Abraham and his descendants. Go ahead.
The equivalent of Israelites. Abraham is first in Old Testament to be called Hebrew.
He is the first one to be called a Hebrew in the Old Testament. And his descendants are what? Hebrews. But they come out of Shem, don't they? Which are what? Semitic. So the one that called himself a Jew, he can't call Ishmael anti-Semitic, because that means you anti-Semitic too then. He can't call us anti-Semitic. That means because you shown up anti-Semitic. Because you the one brought us over here on slave ships.
Teach.
So you shown up anti-Semitic, ain't he? But they are all Hebrews. You finished with that? They are all Hebrews. Now, let's go back now. Let's go back to Psalm 83. Now, we'll pick it up at verse 6 again. Who are these the Confederate against Israel? Go ahead, verse 6.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacle of Edom, Israel's twin brother, go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
Israel's uncle, go ahead.
Of Moab and Hagarians.
Now, so now these are the ones conspired to get Israel out of the land. Let's go now. Let's go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Matthew 2. Matthew 2, and we're going to pick up, read verse 1. I just want you to see this. Matthew 2, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. We are all the way down now in the 1st century. We're all the way down in the 1st century now. And I'm going to show you who these people even are today. And everybody that's saying that they somebody ain't that person or not those people. Matthew 2 and 1. Matthew 2 and 1. Go ahead.
Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king,
ahead.
Behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying,
now he said, now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod, king. Herod. This was Jesus' first born right here. During the day of Herod. Now Herod had a dynasty. Well, skip down to verse 19 though. Go ahead.
19.
But
when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared into a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life.
So now Herod's dead, ain't he? Let's go now. Let's go to Acts the 12th chapter. Acts 12. And we're going to read verse 1. Acts 12 and 1. Go ahead.
Now about that time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church.
Wait a minute now. I thought Herod was dead. No. Herod had a dynasty. You like this guy right here is called Herod Agrippa. If you keep reading, you'll see this is Herod Agrippa. You had Herod the Tetrarch. You understand? It was a dynasty. Well, let's read about this dynasty a little bit. We're going to, where's that? Let me see. Yes, and turn that page. We're going to read about Herod's dynasty a little bit. Let's see who the Herod is, though. Called the Herodian dynasty.